And here we are for Top That Trade. Joining us today, Phil Flynn, a Fox Business Network contributor, and Alan Nuckman, an options trading pro. Here we go, guys, with round number one, decade dancers. Among the hottest stocks of the last decade, which ones are on your dance card now?
The stocks from the last decade, there were a bunch of stocks that moved more than 1,000%.
Amazon was like number one, right? Or no, it was
Netflix.
Netflix.
But
Amazon,
some of the big movers, Ulta, which is makeup,
makeup, which you use a lot of,
Nvidia, Netflix, Amazon. And there's the big four from last year that are all worth about $1 trillion. So you've got Apple, Amazon, Google, and Microsoft.
But what investors really want to know is that was so last decade, now
what?
Now what? Right. And I'm thinking, look to the future. We have a new decade. I'm going to pick Virgin Galactic because I think this is a stock that is in the future. Right. Listen, you would have laughed about Netflix. Hey, they laughed about Netflix back in the day when they started. When they started Netflix, they used to laugh at it. They did. It said it would never make money and it was going to be a loser. They laughed at Apple.
I'm not laughing, but I'm just saying that I'm not smart enough to pick which stock is going to be the best in the decade. So I'm going to go my old school route. Just look at the NDX. The NDX has 10% weight of those big four. So I'm looking for tech to continue to take off.
I like that.
Round number two, streaking stall. Gold rallied for 11 straight sessions, but will it continue to have that Midas touch?
Golden slumbers.
Well,
I don't know.
That was quite a technical top. That it would have made that high at 1,600 here
Engulfing reversal pattern for all you young chartists
lower,
at home.
But I don't think it's over. I don't think it's over by any means. If you look at the chart, it traded between 1,100 and 1,400 for the longest time, I think, for 5 years. And so that target's 1,700 on the upside. So any decline in the dollar could give that gold market one more boost.
I agree. And you have to look at what caused that big sell-off after that. It was a reduction in geopolitical risk. I mean, everybody thought we were going to go to war with Iran. That obviously isn't going to happen right now. So that's taken a lot of that premium out of there. But some of the things that were driving gold earlier are still in play. As Alan mentioned, the dollar looks like it's topped out. That's going to go down. That's good for gold. At the same time, you have interest rates at historically low prices, and people get a little bit nervous when they're chasing yields, record high stocks. They look for a little diversity, and that's where you go to gold.
Round number three, earnings rescue. We can finally get back to the fundamentals of the market starting next week as the big banks roll in with earnings. What will this mean for the market?
Banks make money? Who knew?
Okay. Banks do make money. And that's going to be great to talk about real things.
Real things.
Talk about some solid
like
fundamentals. And earnings, but I think if you look at things in the big picture, I'm still looking for 3,500 in the S&P, looking for a full V recovery from the sell-off that we had in 2018, that drop on that old top, and we already had that in the NDX, so it's still up and away. This market is remarkably resilient.
You know, we were both hoping for 30,000 Dow by the end of the year. We almost
I was off. I was way off. I was completely wrong.
Was it 28? No, we were both looking for it.
I was up at 28,500, very close to it.
So very close to it. I think we're going to get it very soon. In the decade. We got to start it in a new decade. But the other thing is there has been a lot of concerns about earnings that maybe they don't justify the increases we've seen in stock prices. And I say, don't worry about that. Earnings are very, very good. What we have seen is kind of a change around in the earnings sectors. We still have low interest rates. We still have an environment where we're removing regulations from businesses. So I think the earnings are going to do very well.
Here's your bonus round question for today. It's 2020. We all made it. Let's take a look at this. For 2020, can you name a song that has the word double in it?
Double Vision. Double Vision by Foreigner.
Done. Yes, Foreigner.
Done. Thank you.
Good job, Phil.
That was my first album.
No, thank you.
That was my first album. Yeah, that was, I love that. Was
thank you very much.
I listened to it a couple thousand times.
I think my first album was Julie Andrews. I'm not even sure. That's right.
For more Business First AM, check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.